What's up, family? How is everybody doing on this beautiful Saturday? I'm doing great. We are now, I think, in the 6th day of October. We're in the first week of October. This year is going by very, very fast. I hope all of my womb sisters are doing fantastic out there. Shout out to all of my new members of the Womb School. For those of you that don't know, the Womb School is a full African-centered self-development program for Black women that want to transform mind, body, spirit. What's up to Latoya, Jennifer, Lorianne, all of that good stuff. My sisters out here. October means domestic violence awareness. Domestic violence awareness. And ironically, this was the same month that I launched my business, don'tdatelosers.com, in October of 2011. So here I am 7 years later. When I released and launched don'tdatelosers.com, I attached an ebook. I wrote an ebook called The Top 12 Signs You're Dating a Psycho Stalker. And I'm actually, if you're in the womb school, I'll share that little video. It's embarrassing to look at my little first commercial for my book. But it was about knowing the subtle behavior cues of someone with mental illness, regardless of what they look like. Because we have to become experts in human behavior analysis if we want to be able to navigate through this life, effectively and with power. But I remember going to ABC 3340 in Huntsville. Shout out to you. Thank you for letting me promote my little book when I started. And also to 3340 in Birmingham. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk about the top 12 signs of a psycho stalker. October 2011. But what I want to talk to you guys about are the untold stories about this shit. Now, I'm good for telling my shit, telling my truth, and holding us accountable. And I want to go ahead and preface this by saying I know domestic violence between men and women is real, and this is not to downplay that. It's not to downplay any of that. But if we're going to have a healthy conversation, we need to talk about the topic in a balanced way. For me, a lot of my relationships, I was very abusive in my relationships with some damn good men. One in particular, after we had an abortion back in 2009, this is a damn good man. Fine as hell, making good money in technology, had a badass condo. The man every woman would want. We got pregnant. I did not want the baby. Had an abortion. Immediately after, I started experiencing depression. I was already hating my job and all that good stuff. And this man had been good to me now. This the same man that backed up his U-Haul truck and gave me furniture when I ain't have furniture in my apartment. And so I started going through my things, and I became very abusive. And not even him, even my ex-husband too. My first husband, bless his heart, he was a sweet man, a technology geek. I jumped on him one time. And later on, we had a situation in the house, and I rose up on him, and he did like this, and I immediately was so ashamed of myself. The last situation I was in was in 2012. I was in North Carolina living with a little boyfriend, good guy, technology dude, Morehouse. I'm wigging out on some dumb shit. And I'm wigging out so bad, he restrains me. He holds me down. Okay, because I'm crying and going on and on. And then I leave to go to a hotel room and notice that my arms were marked up. So I called one of my homies. He was like, you need to call the police and report that. Well, I didn't know in the state of North Carolina, if you call the police on a domestic violence dispute, the man is going to get locked up. This is a brother that had never had a record. Never had a record. Tech geek. Morehouse, damn good single father to a brilliant 3-year-old girl who was reading on 8th grade level. This is damn good stock, right? But he went to jail for a night. And it seems the way life has it. I started seeing when you hear stuff like brothers getting sent in jail over trumped up charges, that's what that shit means. That's what that shit means. See, y'all not going to be honest about how y'all are abusive. No, see, we got October's, domestic violence awareness. Remember, who is going to speak up for the men that are having to do this and block a lot of y'all punches, dealing with your verbal and emotional abuse in these relationships? Nobody's talking about that. But what we got is a situation and an environment and climate where we just want to vilify and demonize the black man and men, period. Y'all let white women and they feminist stuff, let them fool you to thinking that they really got an issue with their men when really they just go back on code. They support their race over anything. But we left with some real shit. So we don't even like our men no more. We got a climate that will support you saying, trumping up some bullshit. You can put a black man in jail right now. Where are these people that were so outraged about Bill Cosby? You fake feminists with your fake outrage. Where are you when you want to talk about justice for the women that falsely accuse rape? Where is the outrage over the women that falsely accuse rape? That's all I'm asking. We getting a lot of heat because what that tells me is an indicator of how imbalanced we are. We're imbalanced. We don't want to look at our shit. We don't want to be accountable for a goddamn thing. Are you saying I caused the situation? No, I'm going to tell you like this. We have provoked men so many times. So many times. We're the master provokers, ladies. So I'm not fixing to be jumping on this bandwagon climate where all y'all were already ready to talk about how men ain't shit. So all you want to talk about, the abuse from men. What about the abuse from women? What you say, black women do not own fuck ups? No, they don't. At all. Nope. I know they don't even want to own the fact that they're unattractive and overweight and unappealing to the opposite sex. They don't want to own that. But yet and still, we live in a climate where it's okay to shit on a black man. Honey, I know, overly identifying with these white women. And they give y'all these platforms, domestic violence. I know. Well, honey, when you in the room with them, getting your domestic violence support, those white women know. They know. They're in there also saying the black man is evil. And y'all have overly identified with that. That's all this shit really is. You want to have a platform and a right to own why you have deep-seated resentment for men. When are we going to own our shit? I had a lot of regrets from those relationships men I abused. I was very abusive, and I know I'm not the only one. That's the thing. Why can't I ever run into these posts where women are being honest about how they were violent in relationships? When are we going to be honest about the violence that we commit against each other, ladies? We so abusive to each other, envious and jealous and nasty. I'm telling you, the worst enemy you ever want to have is a black bitch that's jealous of you. Period. You guys are more vicious, conniving, and evil than any black man could ever be. I'm very clear about that. And you have a world that will support that bullshit. My father, my own father, Art, who was also a Sagittarius, I was never raised around him. I'm going to tell y'all how serious spiritual genetics is and how we can stop this cycle. Who knew that me not being raised around my father, who was a pimp, he was a hustler, he was the man that brought the prostitutes to the preachers when they came in towns for conventions, and he was very abusive. He was one of them pimps that'll smack a bitch around. Okay? Get the hell up. So tired of us lying. And my brother told me, on my dad's side, he told me, he said, your dad had a woman that he was with who looked like Vanessa Williams. And one day I was in a car with him and this lady, and he said, you see that brick on the floor right there? When we get home, I'm going to beat your ass with it. That's what my father said. Okay? And I'm like, wow. But what's so funny is I found myself in a situation when I was living in D.C. with my little boyfriend that worked for Fox News. And we were out. I was at the bar. He was sitting in the back of the bar watching me getting jealous or whatever the fuck it was. We had a, disagreement. We started walking outside and he starts walking ahead of me like he didn't know me. Child, I walked up to him and I said, once we get home, I'm gonna beat the fuck out of you. And once we got home, I beat his ass. I didn't hit him in the face. I hit him all in the body because I knew he worked on the news. But that type of abuse, this shit, y'all will never talk about your shit. I'll talk about mine. You can come in my inbox all you want. Well, all right, I was never that bad. Bitch, let me tell you, your ass is toxic than a motherfucker. You negative. You don't have nothing to say. You drain the life out of a man. You making it hard for him to see his kids. You making it hard for him to live. There would not be a single mother epidemic had we not been so abusive. You can't have an epidemic of people having bad relationships if two people don't have toxic behavior. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. This conversation of abuse is so slanted, it makes me sick to hear y'all and these sob-sad stories when goddamn 45 and 50% of them is shit that you could have avoided. Shit that you're not willing to take accountability for. The first time he beat your ass, the second time, third time, at what point do you own it? At what point do you own it and not just say this is the blanket statement for all men? Because you carry that shit with you for the rest of your life. This is why getting a divination, seeing the toxicity and sickness in your bloodline. This is in your bloodline, the shit from your granddaddy, your granddaddy's uncles. They beat your moms, aunties. See, you carrying around this shit. Your mission that you're carrying is not your own. Oh, shit. And your issues ain't your own either. That's also passed down. I got Arthur Lee Williams in me. Shit, passed down. And until I heal this shit, I'm going to pass it on to Garvey. I'm going to pass that on to our son. Look at what your mom and dad was going through. Look at they shit they dealing with. You dealing with they same shit, sis. You are no different. Bruh, your disorders, the issues you got with work, the issues you got with your health, all of this shit, it is in your bloodline. They not telling you about that though. We talk about things from a very European, westernized framework. And not only that, it's Judeo-Christian as well. So we don't have an understanding of what's going on. We're dealing with it topically and doing a terrible job at that. Because you're missing what's going on, where the behavior comes from. But you want to jump on a bandwagon and demonize men and use this as your opportunity to not tell your truth. Tell your truth, sis. Kiki Wyatt, I bet she'll never tell how fucking toxic her ass was. That's the most toxic. Let me tell you something. Kiki Wyatt and all her stands and little gay boys can come for me. I don't give a fuck, honey, because the way this spiritual force is just set up, you don't want none of this anyway. Because your Jesus that doesn't exist has zero on this fortress of ancestors and spirits. Okay? But let me say this about Kiki Wyatt. When her husband filed for divorce and his reasons, due to her emotional, imbalanced, and toxic behavior, I believed every word. Jill Scott's husband, I believe every word. I already know Jill a bitch. But she gave us living our life like it's golden, though. Nina Simone, have y'all ever seen her documentary? Honey, she was hell. She was hell. When you dynamic, I'm trying not to go too deep today. When you dynamic and you a queen, and you have certain energies on you, we are hell. And I say we, because you have to know how to manage the shit, because we will trample men all the time. We challenge their authority all the time. We bucking up in their face all the time. Where's their movement? Where's the men's movement? For when they can finally speak up and say what the fuck they wife is doing to make their life a living hell. What their girlfriends have done to get them fired. What your homegirls have done to get you fired. What the bitch you fucking did to get you fired. And we gonna have this conversation in a one-way slant. No, we not. No, we are not. No, we're not. Where's the outrage? Where is the outrage over women that falsely accuse rape, falsely accuse domestic violence, and the man get locked up? Where's the outrage for that? That's how I know y'all are lying. You got so much fake outrage. This is about your hatred for men. Because if you really were about justice, I would hear you going hard in the paint about these fucking priests and these children and all of the abuse that's going on. And the women that are abusing men. I have never seen it. Have y'all? Have you ever seen the outrage in the forums and the commercials, even about men being abused? But domestic abuse goes both ways. The reason why you don't see the other side of the story is because of the country that you live in. It's the country that you live in. This feminist undercurrent that you exist in as a black woman. They're going to give you all the forums and hashtags so that you can identify with them, so that you can leave the brothers. And I get so sick and tired of these lying ass women getting on here. Oh, I love the black man. Oh, I love the black man. You're a liar. You're a liar. You ain't had one date. You ain't walked up to no man. You ain't even had no dick in a long time. Like, girl, shut your mouth. Just shut up. Okay? Because we got a lot of psychologically unbalanced women that get on here and are bipolar as fuck. I know y'all are bipolar because we're talking about mental illness still. Getting on here saying one thing and in your life doing another. Get on here acting like you one way, and the evidence of your life is showing me, yeah, you really don't like black men. They don't like you back. They don't like you back. It's like animals. Honey, if a cat know that you don't like them, they'll pick up on that shit. And it's an energy thing. You'll repel them. You will repel them. We have never, ever been honest about the shit that we are doing behind closed doors, ladies. I'm so tired of us acting as if we are just a spotless, unblemished lamb, white as the driven snow, and we don't do shit. It's these niggas out here beating us. Oh, Lord Jesus. I ain't did nothing. They just so bad. They beat me, girl. So when are we going to talk about what is it in your mind to make you choose the shit? Huh? Let's talk about that before you lock another brother up for some bullshit. Let's get in touch with your fucking trauma before you spill it on another brother. Let's talk about it. Sick of this shit with these black women. You can't tell you gotta lose weight. We can't tell you to quiet down. Stop shopping with the Asians. We can't tell you shit. And this is why your ass gonna be by yourself, fat, on dialysis, on medication. Cause you fucking delusional. You get on these feminist white ladies bandwagon all you want to. I will be the one to stand for my brothers. I'll stand for them. Cause I see through these lies. And I'm sick of it. It's Beyonce's mom. It's viral right now. They showed how she emasculated her husband. We have thousands and thousands of people that thought that was okay. And you think I'm lying when I say we have an environment where it's okay to shit on the black man. It's okay. I'm not okay with it. It's so common, you don't even see nothing wrong with it. We so out of order. That was the most demoralizing, disrespectful, nasty shit a woman could ever do. And we got some silly ass broads out here. Ooh, a wife can cut her husband down. You stupid, ignorant, imbalanced black bitches. If it applies, it's you I'm talking to. Pisses me off. You talking about my father, my brother, my man, my son. This the world we live in. Y'all have made it okay. We ain't talked about the outrage over the rape of your ancestors, but we clearly don't have a statute of limitations, so where's the motherfucking outrage for that? We didn't need Bill Cosby trial to have some outrage over that. Did we or did we? No, you didn't, because see, your priorities are not in the right place. You should have been outraged over that. You should have been outraged. Pisses me off. We gonna talk about domestic violence, but we not gonna talk about how y'all provoking shit and how y'all are very violent toward each other, vindictive and nasty and hateful toward each other. Let a bitch have a nice body right now and come around you and your man. You got a problem. Nasty. And make sure that your life a living hell because a woman scorn. Oh shit, they was right. Hell have no fury. No, I don't ever. I'm not that intimidated by men. I'm more scared of y'all motherfuckers. Crazy as cat shit. And you got a world that supports your bullshit. And so you looking at me crazy when I say, don't come to me with your sob stories of rape like this one sister did last year. Want to falsely accuse a brother from rape and gonna show me the text exchange. And that brother like, well, damn, I ain't do all of that now. And then when I say no, ma'am, and get you out the network, you gonna go on this sob story rant. Art Kathy does not support women. She's supposed to be about healing. No, bitch. Nope. I'm not about lies. And I know we do it. Women can be the biggest liars in the world. Look at this trauma and the issues and traits in your bloodline of this abuse, the cycle of abuse, of dysfunctional relationships. It's in your bloodline. Until you get that handled with your ancestors and clean that up, you're going to be on here using October and any other platform to garner sympathy. And this is not to people who've actually experienced abuse. We're going to also tell the story of when we abuse someone. That's what you need to do. Tell the story. The Me Too movement, I abused too. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about the abuse our brothers have sustained. Because we already got our platform, ladies. We have ours. Okay, so I'm going to get out of here. The network is coming on Monday. The new network, we needed some more time to get some stuff together. The Travel and Wellness Network for you, married, single, men and women that want more wellness, happiness, joy, solutions in your life. But we got to get more honest. I'm excited to see my sisters coming to the retreat. We have 2 weeks more before you guys are here, and I can't wait. So look at yourselves, ladies, and I promise to God, I'm already unfriending y'all. And before I get out here, let me say this. You have a few posts before I unfriend your ass. If I friend you, it's just on a temporary basis. If I scroll and I see you on that fuck shit, that negative shit, you're gonna be unfriended. So for those of you that's wondering why you can't comment on my videos and why we're not friends no more, it's because I saw you was on some dumb shit. Okay? And I'm not with women and black women on that dumb shit. This vitriol, these rants about what men need to understand, I'm not with any of that shit no more, okay? And I don't have to invite you in my life. So get up, get your knowledge together, and get away from all of this resentment for the black man and get with some women that love their kings.